Today we are going to talk about cell communication with the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. In general, this amazing chemical is involved in memory conversion, learning, and muscle movement located in the peripheral nervous system for muscles. Common disorders associated with this includes myasthenia gravis and Alzheimer's, with a wide array of medications to treat these and for other unique opportunities that can be exploited by the manipulation of acetylcholine. However, we are going to be talking about the specific pathway of how a muscle contraction occurs. Now, let us move to the first part of cell communication known as the reception. For the whole of the process, the muscle contractions occur in the neuromuscular junction where a motor neuron and a muscle fiber meet through synaptic cleft seen here. The acetylcholine serves as a ligand, which is a signaling molecule that needs to connect to the receptor protein during the first portion of cell communication. The red little dots are the acetylcholine depicted in the picture. See, look at it as they go into the receptors. As a result of this, calcium is released by an action potential. The action potential occurs by sodium ions and potassium ions diffusing across the neurons. The sodium ions flow into the neuron, opening more voltage-gated ion channels, producing lots of energy. Eventually go back out, and potassium rushes back in. Due to the energy provided by the calcium ions, acetylcholine escapes from the vesicles into a motor neuron via exocytosis, which we talked about earlier. This travels to the receptor protein. The receptor protein is called nicotinic acetylcholine receptor, or for short, NACHR, but is an ion-gated channel represented in this picture here. Acetylcholine connects to the A sunbit, eventually causing a conformational change to the protein. This allows for calcium ions to enter inside, released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is a specialized endoplasmic reticulum. To break down the acetylcholine, an enzyme called acetylcholinesterase does this to stop the action potentials. Finally, the calcium ions then travel to two other proteins called troponmyosin and troponin complex. Troponmyosin prevents the myosin binding areas, not allowing for actin and myosin to do their work. However, when the calcium arrives, it combines with the troponin, making the troponmyosin shift to allow myosin and actin to go to their binding sites. ADP and phosphate are released, making the actin pull. Finally and foremost, ATP goes to the myosin, causing the muscles to contract or loosen depending on the amount of calcium ions present in the cytosol. In some cases, doctors actually want to disrupt this process to cause a temporary extreme muscle relaxation to the body during surgical operations. This is so that the body does not involuntarily respond to the doctor that could bring devastating damage. So, they use what is known as neuromuscular blocking drugs. These drugs work by blocking the NACHR receptors, thereby preventing the ion-gated channel from ever opening in the first place. As a result, calcium ions do not contract the muscles at all. In other instances, doctors want to increase the level of acetylcholine for Alzheimer's patients who have a difficult time at recalling memories as one of the largest symptoms. As previously stated in the beginning of this video, acetylcholine helps with memory conversion. So what do? They lower the amount of the enzyme acetylcholinesterase through drugs such as donepezil.